Time magazine.
Well, I read in Time magazine, word for word, that Beverly Sills is one of the authors of it. Whatever it was, he dies in the last act, and the tenor falls over, and she's already dead. Tosca, or whatever. No, not because Tosca's young over there. Anyway, well, her daughter was in the choir, in the chorus, standing behind her, and in her bedroom where he falls over her, and she's dead. He said, "Move your ass, I can't see my daughter." Did you read that?
No.
It wasn't Time magazine. The word for word. Move your ass, I can't see. She makes it. No, that is. If people could hear that, this is what I'm doing. I'm bringing this to the audience, what is actually happening to us while we perform. What about the guy who has a terrible stomachache in the middle of it, an aria or something, or is desperately
Which is true.
Of course it is true, and this is again what produces this hysterical laughter, because people realize it, but they don't realize it when it is happening in real life. I mean, but it is happening in life.
But they laugh
But when I
because
do
it's true.
Of course, everything I do is logical. I will not do any. I will do sometimes outrageous things, but that I do. I'd say in a outrageous line for a purpose, to create a her in the audience, or to wake up maybe some children or somebody who is not with it for a while, because you cannot constantly, in all the time it takes me to perform, you cannot keep everybody alive every second of it. You must be playing to certain elements in the audience at that time. Particularly when you do anything with music, which you must consider that many people are musically inclined, but many are not. So you cannot neglect either of them. Therefore, you are bound to sometimes come with something completely out of. Again, it is a technical necessity, advice and technical necessity that is not always understood. The same, for instance, when I say Mozart's bagatelle in the key of C, and I look at the piano and say, where the hell is C? Now, how many people do you think know really what I mean by that? Do you know what I mean by that, with the Bösendorf?
Well, I suppose most people would think you're searching for middle C.
Yeah, exactly.
Most children who had ever had a piano lesson would know that.
Yeah, but not even you realize it. That shows you how much there is to realize. On the Bösendorfer, they have extra keys.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And if you ever play the Bösendorfer without the extra keys being black, you go out of your mind.
Oh yeah, really?
That's why they paint them black, so that you still have the original.
No.
But on the keyboard with extra keys that are not painted black, you never know where the middle C is.
You become disoriented.
Completely, and it has many pianists go crazy in the middle of a thing, and they look. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
This is one example of how irresponsible so many reviewers and opinions are, because they really don't know that this is far from nonsense. Everything I do and everything I say, I use the word nonsense because it is such a favorite when I come to a town, and some critic or newspaper guy comes over and, but Borge, it's a lot of nonsense. It's fun. That's why they come in, because they don't really know. They don't know that everything is absolutely a hitting the bullseye of a situation. But I can't just explain.
A little deeper than maybe than you.
It's not particularly deep. It's just correct, and there's a reason for it. Then, of course, I'm not saying these old jokes and things. I mean, that's incredible. What about a ballet? When you dance, when you jump, do the jump as high as you can, or something. What is a ballet to do the thing the body will allow them to do, right? And pas de deux, pas de trois, pas de quatre, pas de sept. And when they jump as high as it can. One ballet as they do in the other, right? Different music, costume, set, and thing. But it's basically, but nobody said when they hear Tchaikovsky symphony, it's obviously the same. You know? You know how many people come to hear the same?
For example, when you ask Marilyn Monroe what she would like to sing or what she plans to sing.
Yeah. You know how many?
That's something I've seen, of course, one has seen 100 times in other kinds of concerts. And you break out with, "Oh God."
My father.
That is so true because you
Of
feel
course.
that way. I mean, it's
People don't realize that a musician has spent most of his childhood or youth practicing that goddamn scale and the thing you went through and the sufferings and you couldn't go out and play, you couldn't do this and something that happened, but still it was endless. Then finally, and they got into they either became soloist or some pianist or concert. Then they had the trouble getting the review, and things went wrong, and they fell, and they hurt, they tore a nail, and it would go through, and then it plays so well, and there could be many things that you have to go through. Or orchestra music, again the same thing. Practice, and finally got the job. Now we got into that orchestra, beautiful. Now we came into Beethoven's, Tchaikovsky's scores, and another modern. But after about 8 or 10 years in the orchestra, how many times we played the same goddamn thing, right? Oh, not that again. What are we going to do? Oh, shoot. My father, who was 35 years in the orchestra at home, what's tonight? He said, "Oh, come." You know what I mean? But it was just a way of saying that we are so familiar with it, we are not worried about it in a way. And once they got into it, it was, of course, again, a certain excitement. Once they played, just to get back to the instrument. But it was kind of a feeling of superiority, but you could allow yourself. Because they knew if there was something they were afraid of, something that really required a lot of attention, then they wouldn't say so easily, "Oh, not that easy." Then they would be more awake to the fact. But what has nothing to do with it. Because there's so much more to it, and this is what I try to bring out. That people don't realize, and shouldn't perhaps realize. But this is the thing I have to realize, because I have in my audience people who are musically sophisticated. And I must satisfy them somehow by proving that I really can play, I really can do this, and what I do is really worthwhile. And the result is, of course, that they all say, "I wish you could play some more."
Yes.
So I have already accomplished it by not playing. And I think it's a marvelous thing that people walk out after a long performance and say, "Gee, I wish you had done some more." I mean, I can't think of
I've
any
heard
greater.
that hundreds of times.
I can't think of any greater compliment. Of course, the whole secret about it is that people don't really come to hear piano playing, but they know that this performer, no matter what he does, no matter how funny it is, has something that we are not getting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They feel kind of, in other words, if I exhausted myself with everything I could do, that they
Wouldn't come again.
I don't think, because no, it's not that it wouldn't come again, but then there's no. It's the. Isn't that the same as a looking forward to something, and when you finally get there or have it, it's not as exciting as the expectations of traveling, other things, maybe a sexual experience that you look forward to, or something exciting. And when it is all over, it wasn't so. it wasn't so exciting as the expectation. You know, this is an old, I haven't made that up. And I think there's a little of that same thing, that we know that
there's more.
Yeah, I mean, first you come in, you order a dinner, and you're entitled to everything. No, you know what I mean. It's difficult to say, but I'm not that. If I only could say all these things the way I really want to say them, I would write books.
Have you ever thought of writing an autobiography?
Yes, but it's very, very difficult, and I doubt if I ever will, because there are many things I could say about people that would, I think, certain people would automatically have to be involved, and I don't want to involve, either for personal reasons or for the reasons that it's not necessary. It doesn't do anybody any good just to sell a book. I don't think anybody should be particularly interested in that, even though that I have a few things I could surprise them with.
Yes, yeah.
But I surprise them with my performance, and that's usually fun.
Do you plan more conducting something like the Magic Flute?
Oh yes, but I have. First of all, I have my itinerary. See how difficult it is. My itinerary is pretty heavy and a few years ahead of time. The periods are very good. And with opera, also had to be planned about 2 seasons, sometimes ahead, to fit in with them and with me, and I have so many interesting people. And I love to do much more, but it takes a long time, because when I go into it, I know the opera by heart. First of all, it was whenever I grew up, the Royal Theatre in Copenhagen, the opera, ballets, drama, under the same roof. And it was
your father in this orchestra?
Yes.
In the opera orchestra?
Oh yes, and I did play ballet and opera, the symphony concert and everything. So I grew up in all that. Then, for instance, when I was in Berlin, I went to a concert every night, opera concert. Or in Vienna, when I started in Vienna, I was there for a year and a half.
Were you studying music there?
Yes. I had a kind of a pass from the government in Denmark, which a student pass, which gave priority whenever there were seats available in concert. I got them for nothing, but that was in the last minute. That's where I heard, for instance. But that was not on the pass. When I heard the menu, when he came to Berlin, I think he was about 11 years old, knee pad.
Yes.
He played 3 violin concertos one evening. Bruno Walter, conductor, you and that, I think it was Bruno Walter. The Berlin Philharmonic, that was an event. And at the time I didn't have enough money to buy a ticket. It was at the end of my allowance month. So it was either raining or snowing, and there was something very bad weather. Went in backstage to the musicians. They all had their things up and covered, and I put a hat on, and I went in and I don't want to go up in the gallery.
You were in Vienna during this past year?
Oh yeah, the last 3 years.
Do you have friends from those days left?
No. Oh God, I was only 14, 20, it was 14.
Were you studying in the Hochschule?
No. I was there with my Danish teacher, by the name of Victor Schöler, one of Europe, very, very famous.
How do you spell the last name?
Schöler, S-H-I-O, with umlaut, L-E-R, Victor Schöler.
Sure.
Brilliant pianist. He was also the teacher of Gunnar Johansson.
Yes.
Dear friend of mine.
Yes.
His father was a pupil of my father.
Aha. Really?
Gunnar was a hero. Oh my God, he was a great pianist. You couldn't get near a concert. It was sold out.
Yeah. I also read in time, I think several years ago, that he played Beethoven.
He learned it in
in one day or less than.
He learned it on his way from Madison, Wisconsin to New York. It's unique. I mean, he's unbelievable.
He has a great mechanical talent also.
Unbelievable.
He designed a car or something.
No, he's interested in hydrogen.
Did you hear Chrysler play at the violin?
No.
Although I know you've played some of his compositions.
Oh yeah, well this is the kind of I like
Yeah.
light classic, semi-classic. I think it's great charm. I also love like Puccini. I also like Vivaldi, and I like them all. I mean, I am not stuck with an academic desire for a certain style or certain. I think it is for the people who are so engrossed in a certain style. I think they're missing a lot. But I mean, to each his own.
I enjoyed particularly these Gärtner waltzes.
Yeah, they are lovely.
Beautiful.
It was Friedman. I heard Friedman many times.
And not very often heard these days, at least. I don't believe.
No, they are never played.
Very charming.
Yeah, they are wonderful. And he was my big hero.
Ignaz Friedman.
As was he, others hero.
Was he living in Vienna?
No, but I heard him in Copenhagen, I heard him in Berlin, when I was in Italy, sure, all over the place.
Did you meet him or play for him?
I never met him, but he was a very good friend of but I was never really involved in any group of people because I was always alone.
Any crowd?
Never. Like in theatrical circles, you know, where people are staying together when they play with a group here and another group there, where they have to share the honors with a conductor, director, dramatist, staging. Other actors and colleagues and things like that. They become part of it. I always have the feeling that it's my responsibility, the whole damn thing.
In your show,
yeah, the decisions what to do and what not to do and when to do and what and how. And when it doesn't work, it's my fault. And when it works, it's also my fault.
You don't like the idea of having to rely on someone else too much?
Well, I have had many experiences where I have relied on it and it has not been to my great satisfaction. For instance, television has been a very, very difficult. It's a very difficult thing because you rely on a host of people. Not even the director, but the technique, technology, whether this works or that works, and then the camera, where this is it where it's supposed to be because I am not schematically performing, you know. If I get up and I want to do, I do, you know, and it's not like in a play where it goes on so many steps this way and sit down and say this and stand up and say that, where you know exactly where you say and do everything. When they can count on you, or when they can count on timing in a song, you sing 3 songs, you know exactly how long it is. So many minutes and finish, bang, 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 and that's it. With me, I never know timing, but I can generally, and I don't know how I do it, but apparently I do it. If you tell me to finish a concert with the whole people, so precisely at 1 minute to this or 1 minute after that, I do. And this is, I can't understand.
And you don't really plan?
No, I'm just like one of these things you put on for eggs. With the sand that goes down, and it works automatically on it. Yeah. And it's I'll get 9 out of 10 easily. But those are things that I never try to figure out and analyze, because the more you analyze, the more you try to find out, the less everything seems to be. And you still don't get the answer.
It doesn't work anymore.
No.
You ever considered recording piano music?
This has always been one of my greatest disappointments. I cannot record. I get so nervous, I get so frightened, and I cannot, neither economically or humanly, be able to sit in a studio.
Without an audience.
No, I can do that. The audience doesn't bother me in a recording, but you mean piano recording?
Yes.
I freeze, and it doesn't come out. Even when I do it spotless. Again, I mean, I'm not training as I can do certain things, of course, and it would come out fairly good, but the slightest mistake of this, and then I get nervous, and I go over and over and over again. It just, I was doing that little thing. Was that Thursday night where I kept repeating?
The Chopin.
Yeah, just a little. But listen, you can wake me up at 4 o'clock in the morning and bring a little lousy piano, and I'll do it spotless.
Yes.
But it got worse and worse. Did you notice that? It got worse and worse. But you see, my vanity demands that if I play something, and if it is recorded, it must be absolutely spotless. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. And this is where the problem is. I can do it spotless at times, of course. But when the thing is on, the microphone is on, or in the studio, it seems to be absolutely impossible. And when I hear it, and I feel that with all the talk, I wish he would play more, why don't you ever play more? If I make a recording that is not correct, at least must not have wrong notes, I mean, must not have flaws of that kind. I had a great satisfaction, which was fun. I don't know if you read about that. It was in London a number of years ago, the piano library, you know about that.
I've heard of it, yeah.
I was interested in that, and they asked me to participate in a concert in London under the auspices of the Duke of Kent. It was a very, very elegant affair, and there were 8 of the world's leading artists. French girl, what's her name?
Jean-Marie Bell.
Right, and I know that so well, you know.
Gilles, the Russian.
No, American.
Byron James.
He's Canadian. No, it's. They were trying to open a branch in England, in London, of this piano library. They had these 8 outstanding pianos. Is that funny? It's just a regular American name. Oh, come on.
Begins with G.
You know, Gary Goldson, of course. I mean, among them, both of them. And I can't remember who else was there, but it was. And they had 8 pianos. And they would play 8 pianos, they would play 2 pianos, they would play 3 on one piano, they would play 2 on one, they would do all kinds of funny things. And I refused to play in that company, you know, I said, no, thank you very much. And so I was MC. Now, I know them, or most of them, I do maybe 6 of them. Not intimately, but, you know, how are you? And as the evening progressed, they kind of shamed me. I said, "Oh, you play something. Why don't you go in and play a little?" I said, "No, thank you. I'm too nervous. Not in this company. No. And it was not stupid modesty. I mean, it was not put on. It was really that I didn't think that I was enough pianist. Why should I go in and do something? I mean, I was just to MC it. Finally, they shamed me out enough, so okay, so I will play one. And I played one of the Viennese waltzes frequently. Not the one I played the other night, but another one. And it was later they put out the record. I don't know if you have seen the reviews. It's just in my file, publicity file.
I think it was mentioned in the program.
Yeah, well, I don't know, but I know that it has been out. One of the few have been out. But we had a stack of record reviews where they seemed to be completely astounded that Victor Borge, in that copy with all these people, that this was the most attractive piano playing. You know, I couldn't believe it. But you see, again, I know that I have that touch, you know, and if I stay within stay within the things that I can handle, I am at home. And I know that any musician, anybody who hears it, will realize it. This I know. Of course, I've known it since I was a child. And this is satisfactory to me. But you know, it's fun in that particular case. When I had no idea they were going to record it. Had I known it, it wouldn't have been good because I would have been
You didn't realize that it was...
No!
Yeah.
I had no idea. Had I known it, I probably would have been out of my mind. But there, at least I was trying very hard anyway. But the less I tried, the better I tried. I think it's the same for everybody. As they say, welcome to the club.
Yeah. Recording is a little inhuman in a way, don't you think? That
And then you finally do it, and then they come in and say, the pedal was squeaky. Yeah. Can you do it again? Then you want to hit it, you know, with the first thing you can get hold of. And I can't go through that. I have recently made a couple of recordings during shows where I have taken the liberty of doing over again. And I think I have enough for at least one side. And there has been so many requests. There's not going to be a million records sold.
Yeah.
But for a lot of people, I would like to have it on tape, because I know a lot of people like to hear me play because they have a certain touch and a certain way of playing that they enjoy. And I think it's a shame that they shouldn't have that on the record. But to make it has been a very, very difficult for the reasons that I have given out a few times.
Is Bösendorfer... I assume you discovered that in Vienna, in Europe.
Oh, yes, I've known Bösendorfer for many, many years.
Bösendorfer,
Bechstein, Blüthner.
Yeah, it's still sort of new to American audience.
Of course, but Kimball bought Bösendorfer.
Right.
As you know. Now I just made yesterday and Thursday, that you probably don't know. I spent all day out in the studio. We do some commercials, TV commercials for Bösendorfer and Kimball. There's a little Bösendorfer in there with Kimball and so on. And I was just speaking last night to the lady who runs the store where they have the Bösendorfer. Very attractive. She told me that after the show, the big show we did on television, on BBC, where I played the Bösendorfer, where I played the first movement of the movement, that she had so many. They had sold quite a number of Bösendorfer pianos after that. People came in afterwards. It's unbelievable, isn't it? The power of that television. It's frightening. I think that eventually, when you think that there are 300 million people see that Dallas show.
Yes.
Someday, I fear, some 800 billion, or 1 billion, or 2 billion people will see something that is even more bestial than this one. I think the power and the circumstances will be so that anybody can get out the little tricks, you know.
Hitler was a great master of the radio. Or you, maybe not master.
No, but I mean,
user.
Well, there will be time, and I just think that it is so frightening. The thought of what can sneak in. What kind of, I heard also the other day on interviews about backers of Reagan, big industrialists of California. I didn't like exactly what they said and how it said. And it is, I was so dumb, can hide their real desire. But anyway,
Mr. Borge, I thank you very much.
got you $5.
Okay. I pay you or on the way out?
On the way out. Yeah, well, I hope in some of this make as much sense as I would like it to, because I'm terribly serious about these things, and I am not bitter. On the other hand, on being called one thing or the other,
Yes.
because that,
Yes.
so long as they call me something. But when we get into the essence of musicianship, and what you represent in your magazine, then I also would like the people who read it to understand that what I myself am trying to do, and not to apologize by anything, but to tell them that I'm really not as frivolous, I would call it not frivolous, and
Trivial or frivolous, yeah.
frivolous. That there's a little more to it perhaps than is generally